Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today, and we are going to dive into some stories of individuals making differences in our communities. See, I added other words, you guys. You just come along with the whole journey with me. Of all my things that everybody gets to make fun of now because I love it. Like people pull out these bloopers and stuff. It's great. Hi, everyone. I am Arielle the Connector, and I have experienced firsthand how networking with the right people can transform your business. So I'm here to pay it forward, and my network is your network. Each week, I am bringing you along for fun conversations with community-minded business leaders. Join me to learn from their stories, soak up their wisdom, and leave inspired to take bold, beautiful action. You are not alone on this journey, so let's get you connected. But I am here with a guest today, so let's get into it. David Conaway is a dynamic publisher behind Boca Living magazine, but also 5 other ones. The voice of Local Living podcast since 2017. Well, Boca magazine since 2017. The podcast is a little bit newer. If
Mhm.
I am,
That's right.
yeah, yeah. I did my little research, little research.
Very little, I see, but go ahead.
All right, guys. You know how I don't like to do my podcast because I don't like to know too much about my guests because I love to dive into my conversations and get into the nitty-gritty like through natural conversation of like I don't like to I'm not a Googler behind people. I want to just know who you are as a person. Because everything you've done is wonderful, but like I want to know who you are. So that's what we're going to dive into. But he is a big magazine guy. And magazines, I want to talk about this with you, David. So, David, wait, welcome. Let me get you on the podcast. Um, Couple things. I have so many thoughts going through my heads and so many heads, like I have several thoughts. So many questions I want to like run to you with.
Easy for you to say.
Because I have to say, talk about community connection, a give back person,
Mhm.
building community in this area with your magazines, but then also with your podcast. You have an advertisement in your podcast to come on your in your magazines to come on your podcast,
Mhm.
which is a very generous thing to do and promote your business in this area on the Local Living podcast. So where do I even start with you? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let's talk about your 6 magazines first and how you got into the magazine life in 2017.
Sure. 2017 actually started in 2016 trying to get things rolling. I had been in corporate marketing for 18 years, same company. Um, and, like many, you sit there at your office and it was a great opportunity. And I'm a big um, appreciator of that time I had in corporate life. It taught me a lot, but you sit there and you think I'd like to do something on my own. So then my company pulled out of Florida. I got laid off, threw me for a little bit of a loop, and I was just about to accept another fine position at actually marketing at a local university. Great position. But I had come across this ad on Indeed, and it sounds kind of cheesy, but it said, become a publisher. So this can't be real, but I clicked on it and I started to do a little research, and I found that it was a little different from other magazines that were out there. It was not what I expected. Um, so I did my research into the company. I partner with a company called Best Version Media. They have magazines all around the country. They started in about 2007. And I looked more and more into it. And the more I looked into it, the more legit it became. But of course, a dream, who's going to start a magazine in 2016? I can remember mentioning it to my friends, and I think they said something along the lines of, are you going to start a VCR company too, Dave? I mean, it's 2016, right? And who reads magazines anymore? And I understood what they were saying, but I was still intrigued. The concept is great. We feature local residents in affluent communities. We feature them on the cover, and it's all about meet your neighbors. Well, I was on the cusp, actually pulling the trigger and trying to get this started. And I went up to visit my parents in Winter Park, right outside of Orlando. And I was in my mother's kitchen, and she had two of these magazines sitting on her kitchen counter. They already had one that was up and rolling in Winter Park. I'm now friends with that publisher, by the way. Hi, Janice. And it was a sign, right? What I saw was this magazine was actually inside someone's home and someone actually read it. See, prints always worked, but people have to see your ads, right? So I got rolling. I had no magazine. I started to go around Boca, went 6 months with no income, had no magazine to show, and I got it rolling. Now I have 6 magazines down in here in South Florida. I do the Local Living podcast, a little ancillary thing. It's a lot of fun. We do digital, and it's been a fantastic ride.
Oh my gosh. It's so interesting because I would be like freaked out to get into publishing because there's so many different parts to it. Like, I mean, content, right? Getting advertisers. So how did you like do you have a team that you work with?
I do. Well, the franchise type model really is duplicatable across the country. There's a family in the community that you feature on the cover. And as I said, I partner with Best Version Media. So the template is pretty much there for you, but all the content is produced locally. You're in charge of running everything. But that's the fun part, right? That's you're not just a salesperson or a revenue generator. You get to create a great product, and you get to implement some creative strategies that you may come up with to make it even better. So that to me was the fun part. I had always wanted to go into journalism. I had wanted to be a writer, do all these other things, and not quite doing that, but I still get to be a part of it and create something great that people read.
It's so cool. And so you did touch on something that like when your friend said like, "Oh, are you going to start a VCR company?" And it was so funny because I was telling some people I'm coming to interview you today and I'm so excited and they're like, "Magazines? Aren't magazines going out of business?" This is right now in 2025. I mean, this is like years later. And even at that time people thought like it was kind of fading out. But I have to say, I mean, there's nothing like holding a magazine. It is it's a whole experience. And there's just something like plush. There's a feeling you get when you hold a magazine.
Well, it's tactile. One of the challenges to starting in Boca was that we have some of the best magazines anywhere in the country right here in Boca Raton. We've got Boca Magazine, which is a fantastic magazine. We have Boca Observer, which is nationally recognized. It's won awards. So that was somewhat daunting when I started this, but I also realized that there is a market for it. And what we do is a little unique, right? We've put the pictures of the families on the cover. We make them famous. It's almost like Facebook, but in print. And the best part is that people actually read it because it's about their community. And I know you reached out to me initially, right?
Yeah.
And the reason you reached out to me because someone you knew had the magazine in their home, saw it, and thought of you.
Yeah. That's literally how it happened, which is so crazy.
And in today's day and age, I get texted pictures from family members or friends every day. And then I never see those pictures again, right? They're on my phone. So, and my family vacation photos, I look at them, and then every once in a while they'll pop up on my memories, and I'll get a nice warm feeling and fuzzy inside. But there's something special about somebody seeing their photo in print, right? And holding it and looking, and I tell you, we have a lot of very successful families in these neighborhoods, right? Some big hitters. And a lot of these people actually have the magazine framed in their home and hanging up on their wall. It's amazing.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
That's such a good feeling that you're bringing to people's lives and not just the people that are on the cover, but like, people the homes you're going into. And it's it's interesting because it's like, how do you pick these people to be? Like that's we have a lot of people in this area. Like Boca is very, very I mean, well, you do Boca Parkland. I'm just like combining
Boca,
yeah.
Parkland. I'm in West Delray. I do them in Boynton Beach also. And there's philanthropists all over, right? There's
Yeah.
people doing more to change the world probably than any concentrated area on earth. I mean, there's a lot of people in Boca that wake up in the morning and send the kids off and say, make sure you do something great today. Make sure you help the world. And that's a wonderful thing. But I have to be candid with you. The only requirement to be on the cover
Mhm.
is that you live in the neighborhood.
Wait, what?
That's it.
Spoiler alert, guys,
Just
like secrets
live in the
out.
neighborhood. You could be older, younger, single, divorced, beautiful family. It makes no difference. You just have to live in the community because we have all types in our community, right? And I've been real careful. I don't want to turn it into a philanthropist contest. Like this person has done this and then this, and that's great. And we love it. And a lot of our families do those things, but we want to hear about the day to day. We want to hear about how you met and what you like to do in your spare time and what teams your kids are on. Those are the things that we find that people enjoy reading about.
So people are submitting their stories to you, or you're looking for people?
Most of the families come to us through referral. People email me or email my content director, Janice Seitz, and say, hey, we've got a great family. We'd like you to feature them. Every once in a while, we get the self-promoter
Yeah.
that will contact me, and we love them too. But it's all from referral. That's where we get our families.
I love that. Whereas people like hyping up other people.
That's what it's about.
That's literally community. Like that, you are like the definition of community and what I love, like community connection and growing together.
Yeah.
It's
Nice of you to say, but in the end, it's a business, right? Which I'm proud of.
yes, but that's the beauty is that it's a business and you get to also do all these amazing other things.
That's true.
Like,
Very lucky.
yeah, not a lot of people can say that.
It's a good
And
gig.
yeah.
It's a good gig. Very fortunate.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I feel like want to do these things and then do it as a hobby, right? Or I don't know, or don't make money from it, right? You get to make money and have fun.
Well, I'm fortunate because to start your own business at 49 with a bunch of kids is a heavy lift, right? It's a heavy lift. But that's where Best Version Media comes in. They developed such a great product. They have such a great support system that it made it possible for someone like me who I've never published a magazine. I've never sold advertising, and they made it possible for me to succeed, and they support me even now. It's great.
It's finding your right tribe. Um, okay. Well, right tribe, right group,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
We can use tribe.
Tribe, that's fine. No, I'm not gonna touch that one.
Not going that far with
Mm-mm.
that. I don't know. It's a word that I've been using lately. I don't know why. It's just been coming up in conversations with people. I'm like, all right, we'll just go with it.
You have a tribe, do you?
I had a whole networking thing today, and it was a whole group of people, and I was like, I don't know. It was like, this is kind of like your tribe, and I was like, a tribe? I have a tribe, so that's why I'm reusing it, recycling
Okay.
words. You know,
Mhm.
like a magazine, we recycle things sometimes. Okay, so talk about hobbies that we just touched on hobbies. I want to get into some of your hobbies that you do. We're gonna have some fun questions, mixed with
Okay.
some business questions.
Mhm.
I feel like it's good to get like loosen up, get back to like a little serious, loosen up. Um,
This is
is
the loose part coming up?
yeah,
Okay.
you can breathe through a
Just making sure.
second.
Okay.
You're like, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? Um, is there a okay, well, first off, I love this question. I think this is fun, kind of fun for us. Is we're like I'm local, born and raised, grew up in Boca.
Mhm.
Never left, never nothing. Like I love Boca. So that should be like one of my things. Like I just love Boca. Like it's like on a sweater. I love Boca.
Yeah, I love it too. It's great down there.
Yeah. What's your favorite go-to Boca Raton relaxing like lunch spot or dinner or I guess restaurant? Do you have a restaurant, a favorite restaurant? Are you allowed to say this on public?
I'm allowed to say it. So My sweet spot restaurant-wise in Boca is probably J. Alexander's. Love it. Yeah,
Oh,
love it. Mhm.
interesting.
You get a semi-fine dining experience, um, priced right, service is great, and food is always spot on.
Hmm. Okay. I'm not going to even argue or say anything about it.
Well, you asked, I mean,
No, 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 you
okay,
nailed it. I
okay.
was gonna say that because that and Houston's are like the 2 competition of that type of experience.
Yeah,
Um
they are very, very, very similar. Much respect to Houston's.
and we're moving on to the next question, guys. Um, do you listen to other podcasts on your downtime?
I do. I sure do. Mhm.
The Connector podcast,
I have
right?
been, yes. I have been, yes. It keeps popping up for some reason on my feed.
Oh,
But no, it's great.
what other podcasts are you into?
Well, I listen to a lot of nerdy sports podcasts, to be candid with
Oh,
you. I listen to some retro music type podcasts. I listen to Sam Harris on occasion, might even listen to Joe Rogan on occasion.
mhm.
So I run the gamut.
I love it. Yeah, you're more of a podcast listener, I think, than I am.
Well, when I'm going to see clients, it's great to have it and to have it playing in the car, right?
So, do you read other magazines? Should I even ask that question? As in, listen, I'm like, do you listen to other podcasts? But do you really?
I don't read other well, actually, there's one magazine. It's a guitar magazine. My best
Oh,
friend got me a subscription to this guitar magazine. It's for people that build guitars. I'm not that.
oh.
I love guitar,
I was
but
gonna say, is this a hidden talent of yours?
well, I play guitar, but I don't build guitars. So I read that magazine every month when it comes in the mail. I had to pay homage to my friend Lee Wall, who got me the subscription.
Okay, good, good. Okay, I want to get back into some other like questions about business.
Okay.
And you said you're an entrepreneur. You wanted to get into the entrepreneurial field after
Hmm.
being laid off, and you were doing that. Entrepreneurial life has its ups and downs. And as we were coming into this conversation, you said you're like, I'm in a new phase of business. And
I
you've been
am.
in business for 9 years. So
Hmm.
it's not like the first couple of years of business. I want to talk about this actually a little bit. Like
Sure.
first couple of years of business, like your first year of business, you're figuring out what the heck you're doing.
That's true.
And then second year of business, you're like, okay, I have a little bit more clarity, but now I have to get my structure together a little bit of like what I'm actually doing. Um, you usually have some sort of direction and something like that. And then as the years go on, and then by the fifth year, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I even made it to 5 years. And then, yeah. So now you're like, it's constantly, and now you're in a growth mode, you said. And so now you have a successful business and you've been working in your business, it sounds like a little bit more than, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting words in your mouth. I
I've
would love
been working more.
to.
I think that that's what you're looking for. Yeah, like we were sharing, you start a business and you're just pushing. You're just because it's like a big boulder, right? And you just you need to get the momentum started. And then you finally, after pushing, 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 you get it started and it's rolling and it feels great and you hone your craft and you get better and you get better and you get better. But what I found is I transitioned unintentionally from business growth mode to business management mode, right? I suddenly was a manager instead of a builder, which is great. We need to manage clients, we need to manage our staff, um, but management isn't growth. And so for me, I found that my business plateaued a little bit. And sometimes it's easy to get caught up in ancillary forces that you can't control, like the state of the economy or what people think is going to happen. Because in advertising, a lot of that really is perception, right? What the client or prospective client thinks is going to happen in the economy, that becomes their reality. So if I get too caught up in that, it can be paralyzing. So what I did is I honed it in. I focused on doing the next right thing for my business, and I got back to growth mode. And I can tell you, I've been in business 9 years, fortunately, been rolling pretty good. But this past month is the best month I've had in the past 9 years. So it's been great.
It's amazing.
It is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's exciting and
Just getting started.
yeah, yeah.
Those congratulations, I take those a little too seriously, right? And that's one of the things too I found in business. There is no finish line. There's no arrival. And I was looking for an arrival because I wanted to arrive and I wanted to make it. And it's not, I made it, it's, I'm making it. And I have to remember that and remind myself of that every day.
That's so beautiful what you just said, because I think every entrepreneur wants to feel like they've made it. And I guess it takes some time, and I say it as an experienced entrepreneur
Mhm.
because I have felt that too. Like I was like, when am I just gonna make it? Like I want to just make it, and then I'm like, I realize I'm missing out on the whole fun of as being an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
It's really the journey,
It is the journey.
and it is fun because you have these high highs and you have these low lows. And I mean, at least I've had, and I'm sure you've had some of those.
I have.
Yeah. Do you have a low low that you could share with us, or do
Well,
you have something that
I think, we all have, well, I would assume that we all have moments where we let our personal challenges seep into our business, right? So those happen on occasion, but it had to be the beginning of COVID, right? Because I'm in advertising and doors are closing and there's really no need for ads, but that's what pays for the publication to be printed and mailed. Um, I wouldn't say I was in the fetal position, but it was close for a day or two. But you know what I realized? You talked about Boca at the beginning of this, right? And how great Boca is. One of the unique things I have found about Boca Raton is we have our own economy here. People spend their whole lives working to get here, and now they're here and they're going to live a good life. So for business owners, that's one of the things that helps it become so fertile for continued growth.
so beautifully said?
Yeah, thanks. You
Yeah.
throw that word beautiful out a little bit,
I do.
huh?
I like it. I like the blue.
Okay,
I go,
feel free.
well,
You
you'll
can.
know, like I go into words, like I'll say one word for, like, use that as like my go-to word for a lot.
Yeah, like tribe.
It's this week.
Okay.
Next week it might be cult. I don't know.
I'd stick with tribe, I think. I think.
Uh, um, no, but that I like what you just said, because it is um Boca, thank God we do live in a very affluential area.
Mhm.
And I mean, it is like a bubble here. It really is. And some days when I'm feeling like what you just said, like kind of like a low, I look around and I'm like, but look at all the abundance around.
Oh, it's amazing.
And I'm
It's
like,
inspiring.
it truly
It
is.
is.
And to drive down the streets and say, like, there's another level. I'm gonna keep leveling up. And it's a really fun, it's an amazing feeling. And
Agreed.
it's I feel like magic of Boca. I mean,
Magic of Boca.
hmm, another
Yeah,
sweater thing you can put on.
another podcast.
As we don't even, yeah, there you go. I'm thinking of things that you put on t-shirts or bags. I keep saying sweaters. No one wears sweaters in Boca. 2 days out of the year. Um, it's interesting. A lot of these questions that I like had were building community and connection, and your podcast and everything is really what you do. Um, because I feel like as a business owner, we need to lean on our community to build up our business. When I was on your podcast, I talked about this a little bit, and my listeners do know this. I started a business at a very young age, and then I grew
Mhm.
it. And doing that, I really did it through community and connections and networking, and in building the community here to help me. And then they wanted to, any way they could support me, they would support me, and vice versa. And that's how, like, I feel like growing a local business is the key. It's really key, because you can put all the ads out you want. It's not going to make a difference if you don't have the support of your community.
That's true.
It's going to feel lonely. I don't know. That's just my feeling. Okay, so a couple of questions
Mhm.
here, but is okay. Well, I guess we hit the hobby skill, hobby or skill that the listeners might be surprised to know about you. But you said guitar, or is there something else? Or is there a
Well, yeah,
skill?
play guitar. I took a swing at being a singer-songwriter many years ago. I was in bands,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Anything we might know?
Well, my claim to fame was I actually did a demo with Lisa Loeb's guitar player. I don't know if you know Lisa Loeb.
Sounds
She had
familiar.
a couple big hits.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
you said you're a Googler. You can Google her. And I did get a call from the vice president of Elektra Records. He had come across my demo tape. It was a year after I had recorded it, and I had sort of moved along with my path. I had a son at the time, so I needed to work. So I get this random call from the vice president of Elektra Records. He was moving to a new place in Connecticut. He popped my tape in when he was getting ready, and he liked it, and it had my contact information. So he called me directly. And he says, well, how's it going down there in Florida? Do you have, oh, yeah, I'm going great. And I had not doing much, playing for my dog and my kid. And he said, well, do you have representation? And I said, well, no, not at this moment, no representation. So he hooked me up with this gentleman named Ron Beanstalk. And he says, you need to call Ron. He'll help you. And Ron was in New York. Well, it turns out Ron Beanstalk was U2's lawyer. And I was a guy in my apartment at the time with an acoustic guitar who happened to do a demo tape. So I ended up talking to Ron Beanstalk, U2's lawyer. Hey, this is David down in Florida, David Conaway. Well, you have a band? Well, I really don't have a band going at the moment. And so he said, okay, well, let's connect next week. So that was it. That's the story.
Wait.
That's the end.
Did you connect with him?
No, that's the end of the story. I could never reach him ever again.
Because you didn't have the band.
I didn't have much going on, to be honest with you. But so that was it. That was my moment. Not bad though, right?
No.
Yeah, not a whole lot of people can say that.
No.
So I've been holding on to that for the past 30 years.
To share it just for my podcast.
That's correct.
That was it. Well, I'm glad. Oh my gosh. That is amazing.
I know it's much more interesting than
Yes,
magazines.
let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
no, I know.
So okay, so acoustic.
Acoustic. Mhm.
Clearly, I don't play the guitar.
Mhm.
You just play that, or you play electric also, or
Yeah, pretty much anything.
So,
I don't play, I play once or twice a week now. Like to write, so it's just a side thing.
yeah,
Nothing too exciting. I like the beach, walks on the beach. I like flowers. Really,
else you wanna add to your dating
I've got a
profile?
bunch of kids, a lovely wife, Naomi, and we have a great life, but nothing too exciting though. That was all.
In the past.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, that's quite a story.
Yeah.
I love that. I love finding out really interesting things that my guests have that I'm like, what?
Yeah, you never know what you're looking
Was
at,
not
right?
expecting
Mhm.
that from you. Maybe like skydiving or something like.
Not at all. No interest. I'm good on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest.
I'm good down
either.
here. It's nice. It's really nice.
Keep my feet on the
It's really
ground.
nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I'm not into the thrill. So I guess like roller coasters are out of the question. And
I'll do a roller coaster. Sure. I'm game. I mean, that's not exactly, pushing the envelope there. It's a roller coaster. I mean,
No. I won't skydive. I won't roller coaster. I won't.
river raft, whitewater rafting.
Did back in the day before then you start, as you get older, you start thinking about all the things, right?
Hmm.
You're like, I'm glad I did not know about those when I was a kid. Like your brain just does not know about them. They do not exist.
Fun though.
It is. It is. Okay. Fun thing. Also, another thing.
Hmm.
Dream interview. If you could interview any historical figure on Local Living Podcast, who would it be and why?
I could have thought one up.
Oh! I should have asked you ahead of time.
This
Well,
one,
while you're
no, okay.
Do you want me
So
to like
let's,
talk a little bit to like give you time to. I can talk. I'm a talker. That's why I have a podcast.
I think I would go with one of the founding fathers, but we'll bring it a little more current. And I'll say Teddy Roosevelt. You know who that is?
I think I've heard his name once or twice.
Okay, yeah. He was a state senator. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. Teddy Roosevelt.
I think.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Do you
Yeah,
have like a little history fascination with it? Like, have you like his life?
him and many, you get older, you get more interested in history,
Yeah, yeah.
or some of
Hey,
us. You,
talk
you
about
you're not there yet,
no,
but
no,
soon
but
you
no.
will.
I do enjoy history. I actually find
Hmm.
it. It's one thing I kind of fun fact about me, you guys. Yeah, I'm interested in history. There's something about it. I don't know. Um, but maybe just because of like what people have done in their lives, accomplished in a
Hmm.
crazy times. Like, come on, think about that time of like, I don't know. There's just technology is so amazing right now, and I can't imagine doing half the stuff that people did or like didn't shower.
Well, just the things they accomplished without the tools that
That's
we
thank
have
you, thank
now.
you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, you have guys running countries or contributing to the Declaration of Independence that also discover electricity in their spare time. I mean, things change the course of the history of the world, and they're doing all of these things. So
Yeah.
just amazing.
Is there a specific question you want to ask Teddy Roosevelt?
No,
Hey Ted. You just want to call him Hey Ted.
yeah, just Teddy.
Teddy, that's what it
Hmm.
is. Um, wow. Cool. I love
Yeah,
that. Um, is there anything else that you would like to add before I kind of like wrap us up here a little bit?
no, just happy to be here. Enjoyed the
I don't
conversation.
know. Okay, yeah. I sometimes like because I was like, I think we touched on everything. I feel like this is not your conventional podcast. I've just gotten more talkative on my podcast these days because I used to be stiffer.
Hmm.
And I'm
Oh, you're
like,
great.
thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. And
Very
I'm
good.
like, why don't I just be myself? Like, no one wants that version of me kind of stiff. Anyways, um, I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you. I appreciate you being on the podcast and you made me feel very comfortable as an interviewer. So thank you.
Well, thanks again for having me, Arielle.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
And so where can everybody go to like, I guess, listen to your podcast or just find your stuff
Sure.
or
Well, I do have the Local Living podcast for Palm Beach to Parkland. You can go to locallivingpodcast.com to check that out. It's free to be on. You don't have to be one of my clients. It's a lot of fun. Magazines, thelivingmagazines.com. You can go check us out there. And if you're interested in contributing content or being a sponsor, we'd love to hear from you.
awesome. Thank you. And there's one other quick thing actually, talk about
Hmm.
history. I want to touch on this really quick was Boca's turning 100.
I saw that. I got Mayor Singer's email.
You probably got a lot of information on
Yes, definitely,
that.
definitely.
Everybody's hitting you up from every way. But yeah, it's exciting. So history, just a fun thing. I,
Yep,
I didn't even know that until recently. I was like, wow.
yep. We got a piece about it in the magazine, so very exciting.
Oh, I'm looking forward to
Read
listening.
about it in
Yeah,
Boca Living.
I'm looking forward to listening. I'm looking forward to reading about it. Yes, definitely. And perusing my magazine. Thank you guys so much for being here every week. It really means a lot. And if you can like, rate, subscribe to the podcast, do all the things. If you have heard something exciting in this podcast and you're like, I want to share that with a friend, send it on over to them and share the podcast. But until then, keep building relationships, keep taking action on things that you want to do because it will lead you to the next thing you want to do in life. And until then, I will see you all next week for a whole new episode. Okay.
Okay.
We're good. You can just, yeah. Can we take a picture?
Yeah, of course. Whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna have it. Cool.